Grand Rising, my beautiful friends. I hope you're all doing really super well. Like, top notch. Great. I'm frustrated, but I'm doing good. Doing wonderful. Mercury, I have no idea. It must be going retrograde sometime here soon. I heard that it is going to. I'm guessing since it's about the end of the month, end of the year, that it's about there because me and technology are just not getting along. I'm just not going to give up though. I will not give up. So I'm bringing you this crazy, sloppy video where I keep getting tongue tied. I keep hitting my stand. And it's okay because this is life, this is reality, and this is what I want to bring to you guys. There's been several times that I've been very tempted to delete certain videos of mine. But the point of this is that we are able to look back at certain transits, certain just time frames, and just kind of see the energy. Because that's what I'm doing. I'm tapping into the energy, the raw energy, so that I can express it to you. Sometimes I'm calm. Sometimes I'm crazy and chaotic. Sometimes I'm sensual. Sometimes I'm delicate. Sometimes I'm masculine. It really all depends on the energy. And, a couple of years ago, I started noticing that the energy I was feeling and discussing with others happened to be very similar to the astrology reports I was listening to, which just, it intrigued me. So I started learning more and listening more. And sure enough, it just seems to be that I'm picking up on those energies. Wherever the energies may come from for, whoever, I truly believe that these are celestial bodies that are, full of energy. It's my best example is the moon can change the tide. We often find ourselves saying, is it a full moon out? Because we feel the energy shift, right? So it's been neat. Astrology is, to learn astrology right now, it's been a little tricky, especially when my memory is, doggy, and I don't like taking notes. So, and I'm not organized, so that's just interesting. But I've learned a lot, and it's helped me to understand what I am feeling about what's coming. And I really want to help others to understand and see that as well. Because it's just amazing to see and to have some kind of backing and verification that these feelings, these energies, what you are sensing and picking up on is true. It's there, it's real, it's not just you, it's many others, right? So I'd like to help others find that comfort, is what it is. So I have been studying my little butt off to educate myself enough to talk to you guys about it, or talk to anybody about it. So I think I have a better understanding now of it. I am far from an astrologer, but I do see that, history does not lie, and it's not just going to repeat itself. It's repeating itself in little cycles, but it's all coming together within this 10-year period, more 6-year period. Before I even started looking into the astrology, before I even knew that I had more than just a sun sign, which I know is horrible to say because I've loved reading tarot for so long and just never, I suppose, dove into that in its entirety, the astrology end of it. So I know but I'm learning. We're all learning. We're all growing, and it's not just growth. We're not growing. We are transforming. We're making this huge transformation. going from this ooey gooey caterpillar to this beautiful monarch butterfly that is just, oof, you know, bright and new. It's something completely different. That caterpillar saw nothing but the ground, you know, and maybe had a, you know, uh, bird's eye view every once in a while if it climbed high enough up the bark of the tree. Excuse me, I really am stuttering over my words today. Which it happens, especially when the energies get really intense. You know, I am starting to really believe that my seizures are connected in more ways than just scarring on the brain. I really believe it's like lining up with the energies, because the energies really do set things off sometimes, and that's okay, because sometimes it zones me out enough that I tap into things that are, whew. My point is we are becoming something we have never seen. You know, it's not just one or two cycles that are coming to an end and starting again. We have Pluto's return, you know, for America. We have had, you know, we've got all these major bodies moving into Aquarius, which is really neat to see. But the neatest thing that I think that has hit me the most is Saturn and Neptune crossing over at that 0 point of Aries, that 0 degree of Aries. It's new, it's fresh, it's a whole new beginning. It's a whole new beginning. Neptune and Saturn are boundaries, and you know, Neptune to me is like it shatters those boundaries of Saturn, because Saturn once created the boundaries, and here comes Neptune, and it's like, nah, I'm gonna move those boundaries out. Neptune can get delusional sometimes, but it's sometimes the delusional that create what no one else would have ever thought of. You know, oftentimes these geniuses we refer to, or these big names we look back at, you know, Tesla and Einstein, they were a little bit off their rocker. I mean, if they weren't fitting in, you know, so stand out. It's okay to be a little delusional every once in a while, to dream big, to dream super big, like bigger than most dare. That's what it's about. Dreaming so big that you blow others away. They can't even keep up with the understanding of what you're even talking about sometimes. You know, I won't give up on this. These videos they're not just for me, you know what I mean? They're not for me. These videos, and they're not for financial gain by any means. That's pretty apparent. I walked away from a huge account on a different app. You know, I had thousands and thousands of followers, and I didn't want to be associated in that way, in that energy. And you know, at first it was such beautiful work, and doing the readings, live readings, and talking and channeling live, you know, and talking with people was so awesome, is so amazing. But these darker energies started creeping in, and I felt myself getting sick. Very sick, and needing lots and lots more protection than normal, as far as blocking those outside negative energies. You know, it was an extreme poison. Most social media apps are, when they're used in the sense of like that frenzy, that feeding frenzy. you say free readings, and it was like it was twin flame, love. Does he still love me? Does she still love me? You know, and I want to help beyond that in a bigger way, because back to the astrology of it, back to Saturn and Neptune on that 0 degrees of Aries, it's it's something so new and so fresh and so beautiful that it's so much bigger than twin flames or does he still love me? I know we can get lonely out there. I know sometimes we get desperate. I get desperate sometimes, and I'm just like, oh, I acted a fool. You know, I'm married, so not in like that, but I mean, like, just in life, just in general, just with anything, you know what I mean? Like, just with anything. It was with my, just stop. Yeah. So, sometimes we can act a fool. But I want to help others understand that this is so much bigger than twin flames or finding love, finding your soulmate. These are energies that when you are doing what you came here to do, if you are choosing to do the right thing moment to moment, then you're going to land exactly where you need to be to line up for love and soulmate. Exactly when you need it most. Exactly when it's meant to be. You know? I feel like the universe has very divine timing, and it's taking me a long time to be patient and understand that. Is, you know, that I'm not going to force anything anymore. You know, now there's certain things that I won't give up on. I will not give up on what I feel strongly about, such as bringing these videos out. I mean, life fights me on it sometimes, and that's okay because it works out, and it always works out in the most divine ways, because when it's not working out, I oftentimes come across something that was a good bit of information to know or learn because whatever I had in mind, it's not supposed to be like that. It's not meant to be like that. I don't sit down and record these videos with notes and something in mind. Sometimes I have something in mind because I like to sit and really tap in before I record them. But I mean, I don't spend, you know, days writing notes on what I'm going to talk about and an outline about what I'm going to do in these videos, because it's channeled. It's I'm bringing you the energies, what is needed to be talked about at that moment, you know. So I am the meat puppet. My higher self is in charge, you know. I mean, I need to listen to my higher self, because my higher self knows a lot better than I do. And so when I don't know the answer, when I don't know my direction, I go moment to moment, because that's what we have. We have the moment. That's all we have, is each moment. We don't live we don't live in the future. We don't live in the past. Now, we can get caught up in either one, and we can then miss out on life and end up really unhappy because we've missed out on every moment. You know, I see people that are so unaware of what is going on in the world around them, And I don't mean all the news and all that. I just mean, a person sitting down in the living room with their phone, or at a restaurant with their phone, or in a shopping center with their phone, not paying attention to the people next to them that they're shopping with, or they're doing something with, or they're eating with. It's sad to see. It's sad that we don't interact and we're not aware of those around us anymore. I mean, I'm sure you all are, because, working on that, being more aware. I don't even know anymore. Wanted to bring you this video. I wanted it to be good. I had so much I wanted to say. And literally, it's like sabotage when it comes to me making something of myself. When you can see what's coming, it makes things in the present moment sometimes hard. Because I understand there's lessons that need to be learned, but I know the heartbreak that's coming. Regardless, I mean, you can't sabotage somebody when they're trying to make something of themselves, especially if it benefits everyone involved. It's just a sad thing. This is so much bigger than, how do I say this? We spend decades trying to perfect things. What we thought we were, who we thought we wanted to be around, got along with, who we thought was good for us. Just to decades later be handed like a mission slip within the dream world, dream realm, that said, well, it's time to tell them all goodbye, because you've got something bigger than, if you love somebody, if you love people, then wouldn't you do everything in your power to make sure the world that they're living in is the best possible one? This mission has been so hard to be in reality as a wife and a mother. And to wake up every morning, from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed, and most times I just can't sleep either, because all I have in my mind is that I have a mission that's so much bigger than anything I ever knew. It's bigger than I ever thought possible. I did not know it could be this big. I did not know this mission was beyond worlds, beyond universes. You know, this mission is about to get serious. Very serious. Those that didn't want to wake up, don't want it to just live in their 3D reality, are now in lingo. Because there's so much that they thought was a certain way and that is clearly not. And there's only so much people can ignore and stay numb to, you know? And I can't imagine not wanting to wake up, because you know if you do, that you're going to get hit with so much. So it's, you know, we've got a lot of people that are waking up that don't want to wake up, that don't want to see this stuff, that don't want to know this stuff. It's too much, it's too overwhelming, it's too big, you know? And it's not the way that their brains were ever designed to function. You know, it was meant to go maybe outside the box a little bit, but they stayed within the solar system. They stayed within here, the universe, the known universe, versus wandering out into the infinite, and then realizing that just little cells and atoms and molecules floating around in one big body. Be amazed if I ever post this video. This is kind of like I feel like it's more of a journal. What are those people, they they record their diary, their daily diary journal, video journal each day. And I feel like that's what I'm doing. I'm telling you about the mission. This is a mission that this is a time that people are going to look back at this time and they're going to study it. They're going to study this time because it's, I mean, why wouldn't they? You know, come on, think of the studies. They're going to want to understand our primitive brains. Why we all just fell for it all. Not we all, but you know, why so many just blindly followed. Never questioned a damn thing. They're going to want to understand how we got to this point. And they're definitely gonna want to understand how we got out of this point, got out of this time, this moment. We have a few more rough bumps coming ahead of us, you know. Go back to a couple of my first few videos, and you know, one of the first strongest messages I got was that this is going to be from 2020 to 2026. I mean, and the astrology says it, so that's kind of what it's going for. So, you know, it's just, it blows my mind that, like, how could I know? But I'm not, it's not me. It's not just me. It's far from just me. thousands upon thousands of people are getting these into that this new strong intuition that they just know. How could this be anything other than faded major times? We don't just get messages like this for no reason. I didn't know anything about the astrology. You could say maybe predictive programming, but I wasn't even listening to that kind of stuff at the time. I wasn't doing any social media for years and years and years and years. Like I said, I was up in the woods playing for since 2008 to 2019. 2019, I moved back down to Colorado. So, and if you listen to the mainstream that has nothing to do with the spiritual side or the astrology side of it all, they discuss saying that the second half of this decade will be the crappy half. But if you look at it from our perspective, maybe that's because they aren't able to play the same old game. Maybe that's because they now own nothing and they're not so happy. Who knows? I know that I am not the only one. That's why I started these videos in the beginning. It's because I knew I couldn't be the only one. And I knew if I was feeling alone, unable to get my questions answered. Originally, back in 2020, I just wanted to know a little something of what was going on. I had no idea even where to look, where to turn to, who to listen to. I had no idea. And to ask one simple question, but just about any of the people that I had come across at that time, it was just like I had to pay them. It was like, this is ridiculous. So I started this channel, not knowing, still don't know what the heck I'm doing. And because I know I'm not the only one. I know there are thousands and thousands and thousands of people out there that have had the same message replay in their mind, in their soul, in their gut, the way I have for the last several years. And now I feel like the last few years, 2019 to now, you know, give or take, has been training. Now, yes, granted, there are definitely those who have been in this classroom and training longer than, longer than 2019, right? Come on, Lilith. Point is that I know that so many of us have this message, and there are so many that don't know who to turn to. There are so many that have no idea what they're going through, but they sense it. They just don't have the right tools or the people to talk to. And that's where we all come in. I always wanted to build a community, and it's beautiful to see there's so many different communities being built. And this is what I was saying about there's going to be so many more than just 2 timelines. But there's going to be, which timeline would you like to jump on? I mean, do you want the completely off, off grid and just living it up in the hills with nobody telling you what's going on, no social media, none of that, you know? Or do you want to be in the center of the city with, you know, a camera in hand reporting on what's going on? And no thank you. No thank you. Not for me. Might be for anybody else other than me. Keep me out of the city. I don't. So, no disrespect to those that like the city. I mean, no disrespect whatsoever. None whatsoever. I'm just not a city girl myself. But my point is that there's so many people out there that have no one to talk to. They have no idea what's going on with them. And if they just knew a little bit of what was going on, it could save them so much insanity. It may just save them. I feel like there's so many of us that are going through this, that when you're standing in a grocery line, like a line at the store or something, say there's 10 people in line, I guarantee 8 of them are going through this. Excuse me. Lilith, you're gonna get burnt. Now stop. Stop. You're gonna get burnt. Don't do that. Silly kitty cat. Come here. Come here, come here. Come here, baby. Yes. Okay. So, my point is that we have to stick together. It's about to get crazy. And, there's a great opportunity right now. We're at the beginning of a whole new world. So, this is where, when you get ahead of the game, this is where you get ahead of the game. This is the opportunity. I remember 2000, right at the beginning of 2000, I remember, with all the internet, all the tech coming out, all that stuff coming out, I wanted nothing to do with it. And here I am. I don't regret it, but I regret being unwilling to, I wanted nothing to do with it. And here I am. I can't even load an intro. Like, me and tech, no. Me and technology, just, I am grateful for it. It helps me do lots. Lilith, what are you doing? But, I just am illiterate when it comes to it. So, alrighty, well, I am rambling because I'm super tired. I have been trying to get to this video for like 2 days, 3 days now, and I just am rambling. We'll bring you a video soon of what's to come, because what's coming is it's going to be amazing. This is going to be such a beautiful time. It may be hard, and it's going to be gut-wrenching at times, and there may be times where we definitely have to do things that we just do not like the idea of. Hey, Lilith, come on now. You're going to burn. Lilith, you're going to burn yourself. This cat. Lilith. Should have named you Eris. I'm zoning out now, and that's not a good thing. I'm already stuttering, so I'm going to say much love. And, man, I hope I'm able to savor this video. salvage some of this video for y'all. These little clips or something. Yeah. Much love.